Alright, I think we may just have found the best portable gaming laptop, and no one seems to be talking about it. It's this one, the Eon 15S from Origin PC. These guys are essentially Corsair's PC brand. Now, Corsair doesn't manufacture laptops themselves, but whoever did this one, they know what they're doing. On paper, guys, it has everything we'd want. It is incredibly slim and portable for a 15-inch gaming laptop. Just 3.4 pounds, which is lighter than the Zephyrus G14, and that laptop obviously has a smaller screen. This one has a powerful and power-efficient Core Ultra 7 Series 3 CPU, it's got the new NVIDIA RTX 5070 with 12GB of VRAM, and it's got 32GB of upgradable system memory. But I'm not done! It's also got a stunning OLED panel. At the time we made this video, this laptop was going for around $2,500, which does include an excellent Corsair wireless mouse. It also includes a gaming headset and a keyboard. Guys, this is a pretty good deal in the current market. But is it a good laptop? Well, for the most part, it absolutely is. And if you do decide to buy it after watching this video, this specific configuration will be linked down below. Alright, let's get straight into gaming. The GPU here does max out at the full 115 watts. Its performance ties with the thicker and heavier Legion Pro 5i, that's in TimeSpy, as well as all the other synthetic benchmarks like Still Nomad and of course the ray tracing benchmark Port Royal. In graphically intensive titles like Cyberpunk, which usually, in this case, don't need more than 8GB of VRAM, it performs a little worse than thicker gaming laptops. But if you do need more than 8GB of VRAM, this laptop really shines. You can clearly see this in Forza Horizon 6. When running at ultra settings at this laptop's native 2560 by 1600 resolution, it performs way better than laptops with 8GB of VRAM. This is a big difference here. Now, Sam has a video coming out on this new 5070 12GB and how it compares to the 8GB, so do get subscribed with the notification bell on for that as it is coming soon. Anyway, back on Forza. Here you can see once again, this laptop falls a bit behind thicker gaming laptops with an RTX 5070 12GB and a more powerful CPU, like our Legion Pro 5i. In Marvel Rivals, which is a CPU-bound game, this laptop is again a little behind the Legion 5i, which does have a more powerful processor. Overall, this laptop gives you good gaming performance. You can comfortably play the latest AAA titles, but if you do want high frame rates, you may have to dial down those settings, at least in demanding titles. Alright, more good news. This laptop is very comfortable to game on. If you thought its thin chassis would mean it gets very hot, it doesn't. Even on its highest performance mode, its keyboard deck and palm rest, it never went above 40 Celsius. Guys, my jaw dropped when Sam showed me this. I immediately had to game on it, and it is true. And by the way, if you think its fan noise is really bad to make this all possible, it isn't. This laptop is one of the quieter gaming ones we've tested. Now, Sam did test all the different modes in Forza. The results are on screen right now. But I do want to call out something to you. This laptop's GPU can draw full power, which is good. In Cyberpunk, it does average 110 watts of its max of 115. Alright, since this laptop is really good, and I might genuinely keep it for myself, I did ask the team to do some video editing testing. It did really well here too. In the standard Puget Resolve benchmark, it was neck and neck with the similarly priced MacBook Pro 14. That's the one with the M5 Pro chip. In Premiere Pro, it was a little behind the MacBook, but still top of the pack for 5070 laptops. We also did some real-world testing. When looking at timeline playback in Premiere Pro, it had 0 drop frames for one of our videos at half resolution. It solidly beat out the MacBook Pro 14 with that M5 Pro chip. Exporting one of our videos, it again did very well and slightly beat out the MacBook Pro. Now, given that Apple normally has an advantage in video editing, this is really good to see. Okay, the keyboard. It is fine, acceptable. It's got a standard layout, which is good, and somewhat large arrow keys. I hate gaming laptops that give you these small up and down arrow keys because they want the keyboard to have that flush look. I'm very glad to see that this laptop gives you function over form. Also, they've managed to fit in a number pad here, and there is actually adequate spacing between the keys, but that's because the keys themselves are quite small. It definitely takes time to get used to, and typing on it just doesn't feel as precise as more premium laptops like the Legion 7. Also, compared to that laptop, this one doesn't have that super bright RGB keyboard. It does have a single zone of RGB, and it's very softly lit, which I like, by the way, as it's good enough to use at night, and it doesn't have that light bleed around the keys that kind of blinds you like the Legions do. But on the other hand, if you want a loud-looking gaming laptop, this ain't it. By the way, on the Control Center software, there is this setting to grey out the taskbar. It's on by default, and I actually thought there was something wrong with the laptop, so heads up, there is a way you can turn that off. The trackpad we kind of like. Tracking is smooth, and unlike the keyboard, the click does feel precise even though it's mechanical. The only thing I didn't like about this trackpad is that I did have some palm rejection issues. This trackpad, it is massive, and because the keyboard is shifted to the left to make room for that number pad, my right wrist, it always touches the trackpad. Let's talk ports. They're solid on this laptop. The best thing about them is their placement. A lot of them are around the back, which really just keeps cables out of the way, and I like that. There's also a good variety. You've got Ethernet, which is rare on a laptop this size. You've got an HDMI 2.1 port, 2 USB-C ports, and that barrel pin charger for the 230-watt power brick. Around each side, you've got a USB-A port, and on one of the sides, you've got a Kensington lock slot and a headphone mic combo jack. Now, the main thing holding back this laptop's ports are their speeds. Both USB-A ports are only 5 gig and the Ethernet is 1 gig. Also, the USB-C ports, they're 10 gig. Both Sam and I don't think this is a huge problem, but there it is. Also, keep in mind, one of the USB-C ports supports charging, the other doesn't, so be careful which one you plug into. Lastly, on the USB-C ports, they both go via the iGPU. The HDMI port, on the other hand, that goes direct to the NVIDIA GPU. Next up is upgradeability, which is a big win of this laptop. Memory is upgradable, and there are 2 SSD slots, one full-sized and one short. The full-sized one, that was the one that was populated. Now, the battery is replaceable and so is the Wi-Fi, but on that note, more good news here. Origin have put in the right Wi-Fi 7 card that allows you to use the new faster 320 MHz channels. Many laptops that I've tested, they don't have this yet. Okay, for Linux, we did a full install of Ubuntu 26.04 with a full update. Trackpad, Bluetooth, the speakers, Wi-Fi, keyboard brightness, that all worked. Unfortunately, the screen brightness controls didn't, and neither did the webcam. So what's not to like about this laptop? Well, it doesn't have that premium build quality of a Legion 7. It has a bit of flex to its keyboard deck and its lid has a bit of give to it. This is obviously a corner that they had to cut to get this laptop down to 3.4 pounds. Now, speaking personally, I'm okay with this trade-off. I like a lighter gaming laptop. Next, although the display is beautiful, and it is a glossy panel and it goes up to 435 nits of brightness. Now, this is plenty for most offices and homes, but if you are out, you may have to angle this screen to avoid reflections. Also, the display doesn't have G-Sync or Advanced Optimus, but it does have a mux switch. Now, on the flip side, you can disable that DGPU for better battery life, and you can do that without restarting, which is very rare. However, this leads me to my next issue. It only has a small 61 watt-hour battery, so even on its iGPU-only mode with that power-efficient processor, unfortunately, it still doesn't last that long on battery. Now, speakers on this laptop are pretty terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Guys, you're going to want that free included headset. Take a listen. Here's what the 1080 webcam looks and sounds like on the Origin PC Eon 15S. It's not a strong suit of this laptop. Yes, the colors look fine and the exposure looks okay, but I do look really grainy. Now, there is a physical privacy shutter and there's also Windows Hello facial recognition to get you logged in fast. Rounding out this laptop, it does exhaust hot air out the back and from the sides, which may blow on your mouse hand. But it didn't exhaust as much hot air out the right side. I found it was mainly an issue on the left. So for right-handers, I thought it was pretty good. And although the fan noise was good for gaming, as I already told you, in light use, even when this laptop is on its silent mode, the fans still came on. They weren't high-pitched or overly loud, but if you are in a quiet room, the fact they turn on and off and then turn on and off again, it'll probably annoy you. Do not buy this laptop if you want a dead silent machine. This ain't it. So overall, this laptop is really good for someone like a student or anyone who just values maximum portability yet still wants a powerful gaming laptop. Plus guys, it's a lot cheaper than the Zephyrus G14 and it has a larger display. If you do want to buy it, it's listed down below as I said, and of course on our website bestlaptop.deals, where we track prices right across retailers. We even show you historical pricing so you can see if a deal is actually a good one. Now, if you want a more premium laptop or you want a laptop that is quieter for light use, the Legion 7i, that's my recommendation. The new 2026 model is really compact. They got rid of the stadium out the back, and it's very lightweight for what it is. It also, just like this laptop, can be found with a 5070-12 gig. I'll link it down below. On the flip side though, if you want something cheaper that gives you 80% of what this laptop does, check out Gigabyte's Aero X16. It is of course less premium and its GPU is not fed full power, but guys, it's a lot cheaper for a similar type of laptop, slim, lightweight with a dedicated GPU. Again, link down below. Till next time, I hope you've enjoyed the video and I will catch you later.